Next up on the agenda is the Atlanta Falcons. You know how we said in our last episode we recorded, I can't remember what team it was, where I went and had to snapshot it twice to see how many people they got in. The Falcons have done the exact same thing. They have gone to town this offseason. A lot of it is re-signings, admittedly. Leonard Floyd's come in, Divine Diablo, they re-signed Mike Hughes. They re-signed D. Alford. They brought in Felipe Franks. So funny to see him. This is tight end when he was a quarterback coming out of the draft. So funny. So yeah, did a bit on that side. They also lost Jordan Fuller, DJ Shark, Caleb Johnson, Ronnie Harrison. No, they didn't lose them. They brought them in. I do apologize. They lost Grady Jarrett, Drew Dolman, Rondell Moore, Richie Grant, Lorenzo Carter, Eddie Goldman, a lot of older guys there. And then in the draft, we all said they needed to improve that pass rush. And they drafted Jalen Walker at the 15 pick from Georgia. They then traded back up to get the Tennessee defensive end James Pierce. They only had 2, 4, 5 picks in the draft in the end. They took Xavier Watts, the safety from Notre Dame in the 3rd round. Wasn't their trade the one where didn't then the Giants trade like a couple of picks after, and the Giants had a really good trade, and they gave up the farm for James Pierce, and it was like, what a joke of a trade that was for who they trade with? The Ravens? The Rams. And they gave them the farm for James Pierce.
They gave him the 26th first, didn't they? So yeah, next year's first, and then wasn't it like some, I don't know, some pick swaps or something? I think it was that they gave up a first, and then didn't the Giants give up a 3rd with?
It was ridiculous.
Someone like for the next pick.
Adam, we did the Edge Rusher show. Obviously, you watched more college, but we're high on both. I mean, I know people say they gave up a lot, but I like both picks.
It depends what you want. I mean, I'd argue they only got one edge rusher, so
yeah, fair.
Jalen Walker was more of a linebacker.
Yeah,
right?
linebacker.
Yeah, he's more of a sort of a Micah Parsons type hybrid sort of. And James Pierce isn't exactly the biggest edge rusher either. It's a strange one. They needed edge rushers, and they went and got themselves one that's not an edge rusher and one that is probably the smallest of all the edge rushers they could have got. So it felt a little odd. And as you say, they gave up the first for James Pierce as well. I don't have a problem with them taking James Pierce. I think he's going to be a very good edge rusher. To give up a first just seems mental. And then they didn't have many picks, so they then went out and got themselves 2 safeties, which felt, I mean, yeah, you could argue they had a bit of a weak spot there. And they got rid of Justin Simmons, so they needed to bring in a couple. Xavier Watts, I think they're both actually very good players. It just seems a bit odd to go and get yourself 2 edge rushers, 2 safeties. Is a bit weird. But yeah, I don't think they're that far away from being a playoff team anyway. They just they're just not. I don't know what it is about the Falcons. They're like, it doesn't take much for them to become a playoff team, but they're not really a serious threat when it comes to anything after that. And so it's just a bit of an odd team. They're not quite, I don't know, it's not quite there at the moment for them.
Because you look at their offense, the offensive side, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, who's probably one of the best backup running backs in the league at the minute. Carl Pitts, who's just really not been the guy that he was at Florida at all. He's really not warranted. What was he, the 4th pick in the end or the 3rd pick in that draft?
Something like that, yeah.
And of course, Michael Penix, who they drafted after getting in Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is going to be backing up Michael Penix this year. What can we expect from him, Sky, do you think? Because he played, 3 games at the back end of last year?
I think I think we're all excited to see him because of his arm talent and the weapons that are around him. I think the Falcons found out pretty early that Achilles injury that Cousins had, he just, couldn't step into his throws as much and wasn't maximizing that offense. So yeah, like even guys like Ray McLeod are on that roster, like guys who can make an impact. Our mate on special teams, Jamal Agnew, that we met, Fred, at the he's around. DJ. I know DJ Shark, I think, is on the roster as well. Like there's some decent depth guys.
I would go as far as to say as that's the first time we met each other.
Probably, yeah. And spoke to him about how his thing. Oh, I can't remember it now, but he's got something in Canton, longest special team return or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was quite pleased that you said that.
Yeah. He was like, "Bloody hell, who's this Australian with all the knowledge?" But no, I think I'm excited for Penix because of his arm talent. And I think almost, I don't know, I can be a nostalgia merchant. You guys know this. But when I see a Falcons quarterback with arm talent, it makes me think of Michael Vick and what he did in the early noughties. So it would be nice if Penix could, sort of be that next thing for the Falcons. Because, I mean, I know they had some good times with Matt Ryan, but it was very traditional offense style. And I think this is going back. And with the, like you said, B. John Robinson, we all know he's great, but I think he's due like an insane season. I'm not going to say 2,000 yards.
Penix isn't exactly a runner.
No, he's not, but he's got the arm talent.
Yeah, but you coming out saying you want to see him like Michael Vick.
Yeah, but throwing like 70-yard deep bombs.
Okay, right.
Not
I mean, I'm just saying, it's like he's a very, he kind of is quite the traditional quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he's
like
more Matt Ryan than Michael Vick.
Right? Yeah, it's like a mold.
Okay.
Well, have I imagined that he's a lefty?
Yes, he is. He is, isn't he? Penix? I'm sure he is.
I'm pretty sure. That's what I was thinking simple mind. When you think of the great lefties, Tim Tebow, Michael Vick, Steve Young, and now Michael Penix Jr.
What, in that order? 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I think this team, I don't think their head coach is the guy. I don't think he's the.
He didn't live up to my hype in my own head. Yeah,
I have to say, I think you are right there, because if they have another season like they did last season, I think he could be gone. We were talking in another show about who's on the hot seat. If it doesn't start well, this one could be one of them.
And what I worry is that Penix is he's not got that much NFL under his belt.
No.
Yeah, he's not. He's getting plugged into play in what should be a very high power offense, but you need to be a high power offense quarterback to do that, and you need to learn that pretty quickly, And I'm not sure. Yes, Kirk Cousins can teach you some fundamentals, but he has not exactly been the high power offense guy in his career. So they have very, very different styles, and they're going to play in very different ways. It is unfortunate that he's 25, right? He was an old rookie.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's a fairly old rookie, isn't he? Coming out of, don't tell me, Washington. Yeah,
you got to look at the video of that, because Adam mouthed it without saying it, and then you went Washington.
That's because
it was very good.
Okay.
It was very nice.
He gave it away for the viewers of the video. He's just helping people out. That's fine.
Nice division to be in, though, Fred, when you're a learning quarterback, because again, like I said, none of these teams have a legit defense. So, I mean, the Falcons are even apparently switching to a 3-4 because they know they need to stop the pass attacks, because they know that's basically how they're all going to try and beat each other. So yeah, when you're Penix, he's probably he's not in the AFC North, is he? Where no one wants, well, other than the Bengals, but you know what I mean. No one getting at. It's a sort of a nicer division to be in as a younger quarterback.